Now, part of the reason to have a gear bag, you invest some money in an Osni Cloak, an Osni Top Quilt, or survival blanket or something like that. There's times you want to protect that because it's an investment. Alright, there we go. Alright, everything's in place on this dude. I put a lid in here so that when you got a drawstring for this in, so you draw that down, tuck that lid in, and that'll seal off your end pretty well. So, here's the other thing about these compressor bags, is I put buckles on. I really wouldn't have to, but the reason I did was, if you're packing in somewhere, it's adverse weather, maybe it's rained on you some, rain-snow mix, and then it got cold and freezing, might make it a little harder to undo. So I thought if I pop these loose, then it's no big deal, because now you can get in there and bust loose any ice or whatever, So anyway, I thought, well, we'll use a buckle because it'll make it easier to undo it. So now here, this is my Osni Cloak. I really like the size of this bag, though. That's the thing I always deal with here is, you start thinking about all the options and everything, and then you're like, well, do you really need that? So there's one item in there. See, now here's the thing, when you're going in these bags, you get your item in there, you got to make sure you stuff your hand way down in there, and you want to cram that real tight against the bottom. Here's my other two things I'd like to get in there. This is a 6x6 tarp, PSTM, not 6x6. The PSTM, it's 8.5 by 8.5. And anyway, I mean, that would be nice to have in there because that really is some shelter, but I don't know. The poncho can be my shelter, really. I can pitch the top poncho over this stuff, and that could be my shelter. I don't really need this, but in bad and worse weather or something, this size, 8.5 by 8.5 would be a nice size to have. But I really would like to get this in there. So, I don't know. I'm going to just shove it down here. I guess we'll try stuffing it all in there and see what happens. See if I can get it all in there. And that was one of the objectives of... Usually when you're stuffing these things, you want to put an end on the ground so you can push down harder. Stuff it all in there. But see, so I can get everything in here without even making an effort to put this end on the ground and really push down. So it'll all easily fit in here. Now I didn't put that in. So my question would be, I want to maybe try to put it to the side of my poncho. You see, I like putting the poncho near the top of the bag too, because I run into weather. That's the only thing, you know, I don't know. Would I not just put the poncho in a pack rather than in here? So if I've got weather, it's easy to get at. Well, you can see all that'll all easily fit in there. It's easier to stuff this on the floor, on the ground. Okay, so that stuff all easily goes in here, no problem at all. Tuck in that little flap. The flap's just in there for a little weatherizing. Actually, I've shrunk it down a fair amount, which is pretty good considering I stuffed this thing pretty tight. I mean, if I just put my two Osni pieces in here and then say my tarp or something like that, I could suck this thing right down pretty good. But I put my poncho in there, which is an HD poncho. It doesn't have any give in it. I mean, you're not compressing that thing at all. I kind of like it. I mean, I could haul this around, and this is my shelter gear right here. I mean, I can hang a hammock. I can go to the ground. I got all protection for me, underneath me, on top of me. This little deal right here, I have that with me. I mean, that's gonna do me shelter pretty much, you know, anywhere I go. So anyway, well, we'll just go from here. I was thinking about maybe moving this strap up a ½ inch. I moved this one down a ½ inch from my last bag I make. I like that better. I think I might like this one up a ½ inch this way. Maybe an inch even. Yeah, maybe even an inch on that one, on the bottom one. Anyway, just final tweaks. I mean, I already know it all works. So here we are, no problems. Little bit of dust and dirt, that's about it. Looking good. No problems anywhere. I mean, you're typically not going to be driving over your gear, so it's plenty good.